Welcome to Tales of Tendra, starring Christopher James Ouellette as Tobias Silas, Quinton Foote as Osirion, Kirsten Gray as Raina, Alex Madarasz as Roman, Leon Heiman as Callio, Maddy Stalnik as Ella, and myself, Deven Hayes-Richards, as your story gremlin. With sounds from Epidemic Sounds and Tabletop Audio. Recording.
Now recording.
What's up, world?
So,
It's your boy, brought to you by Rage Shadow Legends.
When we took our break, we had just witnessed a, in theory, spiritual awakening for Kirsten, for Raina. And Raina, the cat kind of pounces on you, and you kind of fall back asleep for all intents and purposes. The rest of you just see this little blue girl walk up, touch Raina's face, and then let go of her face, and her eyes go back to the way they were. And it's like you just witnessed some weird thing that you have no idea what just happened. However, Ella, you feel instantly connected to Raina.
I'm gonna adjust my dress, sit down in the sand next to her.
Now I'm standing right there. Hi.
Hello.
Do you know Raina?
No.
All right. Mr. Professor Man,
Oh, God. Yeah.
why is this small blue child,
Night child.
night child, is that a spirit?
You really shouldn't ask questions like that in front of them.
So that's a yes.
Because they'll haunt you.
Here's a question for you, Callio. Why is Raina still here when I asked her to be put over there?
I am not particularly strong.
Well, it is to your credit.
Look at these noodles.
I flex as well. I'm right there with you. I think together we could all actually. You know what? I'll try to slap Raina awake. Hello.
Okay. Roll a con save, I guess.
A cost? What?
Not you.
Me.
Why is she rolling a con save?
Nah, she's unconscious at 0 hit
making-
points. She's rolling death saves.
Yeah,
Make sure you don't end her life with a concussion.
With a little slap to the face.
As you do,
After you
Ella
knocked
is
her the
just staring
fuck
at
out.
you.
Raina,
Okay, I will. Oh yeah.
You feel a slight tap on your face, almost at the exact second that your Link's companion pounces on you, and you spring forward at like a 90-degree angle, like some Undertaker shit.
Wow. Okay, Mr. Professor, it would be most helpful if you don't do that again.
I will be the judge of that. Here's some chocolate.
Okay. And I think makes eye contact with Ella, and
You
I'll see
instantly
an
know that she is the blue tree that disappeared for you.
Mm-hmm. Hi.
I am Eladira.
Raina Madarasz. I think we'll be good friends.
Perhaps.
A little crushed.
Oh, that one hurt.
Insert Roblox damage here.
They didn't get off to a great start.
No, not again.
It's at this time that Niall's like,
Oh Jesus, he's here.
yeah, I've been here the whole time. I was,
Wow, you're
kind
you're
of
not supposed to be
panicking
here.
when I saw a child sleeping, and
What
then
are you, like a ninja?
look, I've been taking those acrobatics courses for 6 straight years, man. I'm getting pretty good at it.
Have you graduated?
Technically 3 times.
Ah.
I'm gonna say
Well-
no in that case.
I don't have anywhere else to go, so I just kind of stay here and do it again.
Awkward.
Yeah.
Well, you found your family here.
Niall,
Yeah.
make sure that Raina makes it home. You're in charge of her while we walk back. Okay, she's a little groggy.
Yeah, I wonder why. And he like
Smucked her in
starts.
the
He
head.
puts like
I
a
don't
little.
want this ass.
He puts like a cloth that's that's unexpectedly cold on the back on where you got walloped. He's like, just hold that there. That should help
That
at
does
least a
feel
little
very
bit.
nice. Yeah, that feels wonderful. As like Raina sticks a tongue out at
And like Niall
Osirion.
knows that like you guys are gonna get beat the fuck up while you're at Campo Gate. Like shit's about to get a lot worse before it gets better.
Now I was like, also, I heard you said your name was Eladira, right? He turns to Ella.
She nods politely.
I don't mean to come off as rude, but I spend a lot of time reading about spirits. Like, pretty much all my spare time is spirit reading. It's a long story. But I don't know if you really noticed. And he, like, kind of gestures at the fact that they all look relatively human. And then gestures to you. You kind of stick out like a swollen thumb. A blue swollen thumb, in fact. Maybe
Niall.
you should try a glamour.
Damn, Niall's racist.
Yes.
cuts to the
I'll-
groin.
She locked.
You guys
that
would know
resting
that, like,
bitch
spirits
face on
aren't
an aisle.
exactly looked upon with fondness. So, like, this isn't a wild thing to say.
I tuck my ears into my hair, I guess. Little Aryan boy.
He's also not human.
She she takes a deep breath, kind of folds her hands together. In kind of a curtain drawing across the page, her blue skin kind of turns into a soft, creamy color. Her eyes turn blue, hair goes light blonde, horns and scales all disappear, and she breathes again. She looks like a smallish child of human nature.
Look,
this
now
a
she's
better
not going to get
appearance?
hunted for power, okay? Well, yeah, if you want to stay alive. Look, I said I read a lot about spirits. In said books, it says harvestable. He shows you a book that says spirits equal harvestable. That seems bad.
Niall, did you take that out of the library? You know you're not supposed to take it out of the library.
I did take it out of the library. Do you want it back? He, like, sheepishly offers it to you.
Her
writing
expression does
down-
not change, but she does take a mental note of that fact.
Glad someone has. We're going back to the camp now.
So, you guys head back to the camp.
On the way back, can I tug on Osirion's cloak?
Yes.
Hey, why? I mean, like, I know Niall's been here longer, but he basically said the same thing I did, and he didn't really get in trouble. I just want to know why.
What was the two things you guys said in common?
I mean, I was confused why there was a blue spirit lady, and then he said something about spirits, and you told me to be quiet, and you didn't say that to him.
Yeah, I like him more.
That's fair.
You have an opportunity to grow on me, Callio. So let's just work on that.
Man.
Eh.
What are the pros and cons?
She starts
So you
taking
guys-
mental notes of people's names as they're said, since no one else but Raina introduced themselves.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, I'm still scared of you.
Niall, after sheepishly handing the book over, kind of reluctantly, he walks over to Ella and offers her a hand.
She stares at it.
And he goes, you put your hand in my hand, and then we shake them. And then I tell you my name, and you tell me your name.
Formality, but I do not wish to.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm Niall,
Yeah.
and you're mean. He turns around.
Respect her bubble, Niall. God.
He just starts walking towards the camp. He's like, I don't like these people. They're mean.
This continues the racist streak of Niall.
Yeah.
Tobias will now come out from behind the tents, having been like peeking over and watching the other kids somewhat interacting. Ella hasn't eaten Raina, so that's good.
It's definitely a good start.
She in fact
truly
is standing closest to her than anyone else.
Yeah. And with all the interactions and whatnot going on, like, snap judgment of character, he's just going to walk up me. Hopefully this goes better than that one. I'm Tobias, and I liked you better the other way, for what it's worth.
She bows her head slightly. I would agree with you. Thank you, Tobias.
Smiles and just turns and wants to get the fuck out of the woods.
And Niall, that is how you be not racist.
From the distance, you hear, it wasn't racist. It was cautionary.
We all know you wrote that note, Niall.
I can't spell.
For somebody who does a lot of reading, it's weird he can't spell.
I was just gonna,
Yeah, he just
thinking that.
He gets the gist of the words.
yeah. He understands the gist and went, this seems bad.
Harvestable. Okay. Like wheat.
Exactly. He was like, this is also in farming books. That can't be coincidental. So you guys head back. Syrian, old man. Where do you bring them to their? Do you bring them to their cabin, or do you like?
Yeah, no, it's fucking bedtime curfew.
Okay.
Yeah, so I will
When you
escort
get there,
them to
Niall
there.
has like made a bed for her beside Raina's bed, and it's like, you fucking asshole. She's still mumbling away, just like bitter as all hell.
Oh, that's okay. He'll get over it. Your personal cots are waiting. Feel free to make it your own. Make it your own space. Don't leave, okay? In the night. The latrine is the room in the back. It's heated for your comfort. But again, please, don't leave, because there's a lot worse outside of these gates at night.
I mean, free bed and a heated toilet. That's pretty.
It's pretty good, right?
I've never seen a heated toilet before.
The whole area, like the whole I would say Mr. Blue has pulled out all the stops for this school. Like, well, the actual training and whatnot is grueling and hard. It does its job. The living quarters are like, you've never even heard nobles talk about this stuff. Like, the room itself feels perfectly comfortable to each of you. The beds are perfect. Like, everything is too good to be true, but it's happening. And then you think about the training and you're like, oh, maybe it like helps you heal quicker or some shit.
Callio, they got pillows. Whole pillows.
You don't know what a pillow is.
I've seen pictures, paintings.
We try to grab them from the royals as they go by in their carts.
Sometimes you can get some threads.
Didn't he say it was some sort of heated like bathroom as well? Are all the chairs in this place magical?
Sure seems like it.
He gives you a wink, like, hell yeah.
Is it
every seating area?
Right, yeah, so it's soundproof as well.
Do you test it?
No.
Okay, well, we'll find out.
In the middle of the night, when someone uses it.
Say it with confidence.
That's fair. You have no reason to think otherwise, considering every chair you sat in thus far.
Listen, we're 1 for 1 on silent chairs. Okay.
Exactly. It didn't even make sound when you threw it against a wall. Of course they're all like this. So, it's about now that, like, Osirion, he leaves. Is there anything, anywhere? It's Osirion. It's not, I don't know your name, okay? I can't say it clearly.
You said it right so many times, then you always correct yourself to the wrong.
Really? Is it correct? Is it Osirion?
Osirion.
Fuck!
Yeah.
Why do
Osirion.
Osirion, you take your leave. You just do you make your way back to like your study?
Yeah, I probably do like a perimeter walk just to make sure everyone's good, everything's in
Do you inform your teachers of what you found?
No, that'll be like I probably won't sleep much this night. I'm gonna do a lot of like, research, studying, and then in the morning I'll tell my faculty what's up.
Okay, so you make your way back to your study. Roll me an Arcana check and 2 history checks.
Ooh. I have +7 in both of those.
You're welcome, I guess.
Fuck it, I'm just gonna... okay, so the first one's a 14 for the Arcana, and then 27 for the history.
For the Arcana, you, after like about 25 minutes, you're like, oh shit, I'm going to have to update the barrier, because your barrier is specifically designed to fuck with illusions. But the best way to keep her safe is to allow illusions to work.
Fuck.
With the 10, I was going to give you more, but you rolled a 10, so you know that if you fix this, the barrier, your acrobatics-esque teacher will also become less... Her illusion will look a lot better, which might be confusing for some of the kids. And that glamour is pretty necessary. Like, you know, this is like, well, it came off maybe a little racist for him to point that out. You know that he's also correct. Like, she's in danger.
I was just hazing Niall with
Yeah.
the kids. Like, he was correct.
And as with the 27,
Yeah.
you know that not Gregorian, but the person the dreamer who was awoken before him was harvested, and he was a direct power source as to how the world ended up the way that it is.
Right. Could I not, like... Do I not have a charm, or could I not, like, quickly come up with a charm that would allow her to remain glamored?
With your natural 20, I will allow you another Arcana check for whether or not you can do that.
Okay. Nope.
No, you
That's a
aren't.
10.
You don't think you can do. You think it would be easier for you to fix the barrier, which does also, you would know, additionally bring the risk of malevolent spirits being able to disguise themselves within your grounds.
So why can't she walk safely unglamored within my
Because
walls?
nobody knows she's here yet.
Well, that's
Who's going
fine.
dark?
Yeah.
You're kids. Do you keep secrets? I don't know.
I feel like I could have a handle on that.
None of us can leave. He's gonna whack us.
You
Yeah.
can leave eventually. You're not here for the rest of your lives.
I don't know. That Nile kid has been here for 6 years.
Yeah. He
Yeah,
probably
well,
saw a spirit once, and now he's not allowed to leave.
If you asked him any questions, maybe he would know why.
They made him think his family was gone, and now he's trapped here.
That's what you get with your rolls.
Yeah.
Is there anything specific with your natural 20 that you want to know? In regards to this, obviously, but
No, I pretty much asked everything I want to know.
okay.
Really, I'm probably not gonna fuck with the
You're gonna
the
just
shield.
spend time trying to figure out if you can give her a charm type of thing.
Yeah, and I'll start, like, first thing in the morning, let the teachers know. Like, we're all, like, I'm not hiring bigots,
No.
We're all gonna...
Out of character, you hired a spirit, like,
Yeah, exactly.
at least
So,
one.
yeah, for the most part, I'm probably gonna let, the spirits roam freely within my walls, and then...
Okay, so we'll cut back to the kids in the dorm. Cabin is what I meant to say, but whatever. Do you
Same.
guys have anything you would like to explore in this environment with Ella? Or with each other, or what happened at all last night? You have any questions for Niall? Anything like that?
I'm gonna walk up to her and Raina and ask if they want to see a card trick.
Yes, I would love that.
Charisma check. Yeah,
Nods.
charisma. I will.
Man,
allow
I am
you-
not good at these right now.
I will allow you to describe a mediocre card trick for them.
Well, you see, I am 10 and still learning. So I have my fancy little card deck, which is not a broken card deck, and I try to do a trick, and it, by chance, kind of works. And I pull a card out of Ella's ear where kind of her horn is, and I'm like,
Right, so if he's not adjusting the barrier, does she switch back?
So the barrier doesn't stop the glamour, it makes the glamour less effective. So remember how I was describing that her legs seemed slightly askew? So for you specifically, when you're here, depending on how you move, your horns kind of like almost, you know how you kind of described it as like a curtain over top?
Mhm.
Depending on how you move, it's like your horn catches the curtain.
So as I pull the card, I briefly see the horn. It throws me off my game. And I go,
Yeah.
ta-da, is this your card? And it's probably not.
Roll a luck check. Above 10, it'll be her card.
9.
It is not her card.
So close.
One day, though. One day, this will blow your minds.
It was the card right beside your card, but it is not your card.
Just that slow shake of the head.
And then I say, anyways, my name is Roman. Nice to meet you. And then I immediately fly back to my cot.
Her eyes then roam over to Callio and just stare.
I'm like messing with the pillow, like looking at it, seeing if I can open it somehow. And I'll like look up at you.
Secrets.
I'll just like reach out my hand from where I am and like air shake it at you. Hello, I'm Callio.
Just a slight bow.
It's good to
Nods.
meet you. Hey, where'd you come from?
I believe the correct answer is not here.
That is incredibly astute.
Got him.
All right.
Where
Raina,
do you come from?
I come from a large city. Do you know what a city is? Probably. A large city over that way. Points in the wrong direction.
Everybody else in the room knows he just pointed towards the ocean. Like, not like the far ocean, like the ocean real close to you.
No, it's a city. It's a good city. It's the best
Call
city.
it Atlantis.
Yeah.
You guys wouldn't know it.
Yeah, you guys probably never been there. It's really cool. Yeah, I don't. It's just like a big city. I don't know. My family lives there, and here I am.
Are you from Carthage?
Yeah. Well, sort of. I guess from might be a strong word. I don't really know, honestly.
Well, I don't come from a big city, but I do come from a large town, I suppose. Just more closer to the lake here, but not Carthage.
Does this one have a name, or is it too small?
There is no. I don't have one. Shireton. I don't know.
Lake 10.
Laketon.
Lake Town. Yeah.
And
Do you know
you know,
Bard?
there's a place called Mantown. You can call this shit whatever you want.
Yeah. There you go.
They just take something and add town at the end of it.
Yeah.
It is a really human thing to do.
Or add new in front of another town's name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. New Lake Town.
Yeah, after old Lake Town burnt down, I heard that story.
Yeah.
Terrible thing that.
People are still scarred from talking about it. It's quite terrible.
Do the rest of you do tricks?
I am a consummate magician.
Now says, I don't think that word says that means what you think it does.
Probably not.
I can assure you, it does not.
All
He
right.
plays a mean 2 sticks.
That's
She looks to Callio expectantly.
I don't have any sticks.
Niall hands you 2 sticks.
I will play 2 sticks.
Charisma check.
I will really play 2 sticks.
It's genuinely impressive. Like you guys are like, oh, he wasn't lying.
I am not shocked.
Listen, that thing in the house earlier, it was a fluke. All right, bad acoustics. Not my fault, probably.
It's because the chairs don't make any sounds.
I was just gonna say that at least this furniture makes sound, so that helps.
She gives you what we come to be known as a very rare thing, but an approving nod.
There's like a 5 extra degrees on that tilt. That's gotta be good.
Niall,
Tobias, where'd you come from?
Yeah, a small sort of more eastern. Father sort of works in Carthage and says it's safer for us to be more riverside, as it were. So he goes and works for months at a time, and when he comes back and he's all bloodied and bruised up, that's...
What's he do?
He's in the guard there.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, then. Like the city watch guard, or like the murder the weird monsters at nighttime guard?
He's in the first, trying to get into the second right now.
Okay.
you guys
He
would
doesn't
know
like
that
hang out near the market, does he?
the second pays like quadruple.
That's fair.
He goes to the market when he can. I mean, when he's coming home, he brings sometimes some food when he's trying to save.
He doesn't like
Or-
patrol there, though, does he?
Right? Like, just
Well, yeah, it's part of his duties, time to time. Why?
Probably nothing.
he didn't say anything about like recognizing us in the little carriage when you guys showed up, did he?
I know he said that he paid a lot for this and that I was to learn as much as I could.
And that those two boys there looked like real nice guys.
I
Who never do nothing wrong in their lives.
I don't really think he looked at the other kids, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty standard, to be honest.
Yeah.
Why?
This would perhaps
It's
be a good
nothing,
time to
probably.
ask,
Yeah.
what is this place? And why are you here?
It is a school that helps kids learn how to protect. Sorry, this accent. I don't know if this is gonna stick, guys. This is awful.
Very nice.
You're doing
It
a pretty good
fluctuates. I
job.
fucking hate it. It helps to protect people, I suppose. I was kind of told to come here, and here I am. I don't know about the rest of you.
She glances around the room to confirm.
I was told cheaper than boarding school, so
That's terrible. Sorry.
go to the school for the summer, get the shit kicked out of you, maybe you'll learn something.
It'll straighten us out.
Yeah.
Different type of boarding school.
Yeah, water
Yeah.
boarding.
At the concept of having to protect others, she kind of glances down at herself, and it looks like a strong wind would like snap her in half, kind of vibe. She looks back up, definitely thinking she's not in the right place.
So far, we've learned how to run across a bridge. Ineffectively.
What? No. You did pretty well.
It's true. Only one of you cheated. He looks at Callio.
Hey, listen, it's not cheating, all right? I waited like a tactician for someone else to do something, and then I saw the results, and I chose to take the easier path.
You didn't even get to choose when you went.
Yeah, Call of fate.
Well, then
You
don't
adapt.
act like
You
it
adapt.
was
That's how it works.
it was a tactical choice to go last. You were just told to go last.
And still he learned.
That's what I want you to think.
There's like a look on his face is like, oh no. Have I fallen
I've
for
been
a
doing
trick?
it wrong the whole time.
Bamboozled.
Shortly after this, you guys kind of rest into sleep, except for Osirion, who spends the next 8 hours fervorously researching.
I'm gonna vote to be a creep tonight.
You
If
know,
you
Oh.
and
know
not
what
sleep.
that means.
What?
Oh, I
Well,
do. I
There you
do.
go.
So, can you
Oh.
pick whose dream
We're
you
going
enter,
to
right?
learn a lot tonight about where I am.
Okay,
I
so
decides to
are you
dream.
going to everyone or just Raina?
She'll start with Raina, pick up what she can, and then just kind of toddle along
Okay.
to all the different backstories and try and learn
Okay.
about the world.
So, when you enter Raina's dream, you see what I had described before the break, including the little links, like familiar. The link seems to notice you, but this older woman that looks like Raina, but not entirely. Like something is different about her, but like you're also like, no, that's Raina. You also feel like you've known this person your entire existence. And you see just blue trees in the distance, and you see spots where a couple have disappeared from, and you gather you are one of said trees that disappeared. You get pictures of her parents, which she can describe to you.
Raina's parents are tall, half-elven looking individuals. Very plain Jane, like nothing too distinguishing about them. Her father has black hair, and her mother has the darker brown hair, so that's where she gets more of her traits from her mother. I think if we're kind of going into dreams now that Raina has had this vision, her dreams are her memories of expectation and, following tradition, finding someone, and don't fail kind of thing.
Yeah. Ella, you
It's,
feel this sense of like duty being kind of like drilled into you.
We're gonna press the next button because we kind of know
Okay.
this stuff. Next dream.
You
Click on the remote.
you
Turn up the volume a little bit.
you pop into Roman's dreams. You see Roman and Callio running little scams. You see
With pillows.
a third burlier boy and a young girl. Nothing really sticks out to you about them other than like they help with a lot of these scams and like the little pickpocketing methods. You see Roman's parents as well, if you would describe those.
My daddy is an elf. My mama is a human.
Okay.
And my daddy made us move here.
You also see like the marketplace, the big walls that surround Carthage, the long journey it took to get here. More like the dreams are definitely more like him reminiscing in his head about his good scams. Like he's got one where like he somehow got this toy dog to walk around by itself, and he's not really sure how, but it distracted like this older gentleman who was clearly like a little bit more well off than the usual people he sees, and he got 7 gold from this guy. It was like top. You get this big burst of pride when you see it. That's kind of all that one really has going for it.
All right, a criminal. Next.
And you
Writing our
skip
labels down.
you skip to another criminal. You see Callio. You see the exact same scams from a different perspective. You also see a boy learning to strum a lute. Like you're like looking down, strumming a lute, playing a flute, kind of getting used to like similar to how he was playing those sticks on like a drum. Anything he could get his hands on. You also see his parents, if you wouldn't mind describing them.
Yeah, you see my mother first. She's probably about 30 years old, human. She's got blonde hair with streaks of white coming in. That's kept in a messy bun. She looks like she's fussing in the kitchen. My father coming in through the front door of a ramshackle-looking house. He's probably a man about in his 40s. He's got some stubble. His hands look super weathered. He looks like he's sweating just coming home from work. He's got also blonde, dirty hair, cut short, like Callio's.
Yeah, and then from there you again see the journey from a slightly offset perspective.
Fast forward, seen this bit. Next.
You are in Tobias's dream. You see a different side of these walls that you've been looking at through the other 2 dreams. Instead of them being like keeping you in, it's almost like they're keeping you out, and they're a distance away. Tobias, you could describe your mom or your home, what the general feeling.
Yeah, general feeling. Small single room house, patched up multiple times. Mom is a early 30s fiery redhead of a blacksmith.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Keeps Dad in line when he does get home. Dad still maintaining some level of sternness. So the concept of, water the flower until it grows kind of thing is not very well known in this household. My older brother, who takes more after Dad being brown-haired, brown-eyed. I'm red-haired, one brown eye, one blue eye. So Mom and Dad. The feeling of a switch on my hands. Probably a couple shots of me learning how to apply salves and poultices and whatnot and bandaging my older brother when he sticks his neck out for some shit that I've done at some point or another. Loving in its own fucked up way. But a very sleepier town in comparison to the shenanigans that these other 2 that I don't know are getting up to, so.
Right.
It's a much more somber feeling. Even the journey over to this camp that kind of got a sense of like excitement and wonder out of the previous dreams. This one is very much like almost dutiful. Like, I'm going because it's my duty to go. I'm going because I was told to.
I'm going because, he told me he paid for this, and if I don't do well, it's not going to go well. Exactly. But also a little bit of respite of like, oh, I'm away.
Okay.
Yeah. So
After that, she won't bother anyone else. She'll just kind of go back to her own dreamscape and be kind of sad.
that's what?
She doesn't like this place as
Unbelievable.
much.
This is fair. As sleep takes you all, you wake up in the morning to the loud blaring of a trumpeter and the classic type of thing. You know the one. In every arm.
There you go.
In every
They
arm.
play Reveille on the fucking trumpet at 6
Yeah.
a.m.
Yeah.
Exactly. Somebody was having flashbacks.
Yeah, no way.
You wake up pretty much at the crack of dawn to Osirion at your door. Osirion, you are disheveled more so than usual, a little tired.
Crazed.
You've made a couple adjustments that you've needed to make. Basically, you've had them up this early so that you can go bring the group in front of the other teachers before the other children arrive.
Right.
And you can enter into the room and kind of dictate what you will out of that.
Rise and shine, everybody. We've got a meeting to attend.
Niall, wakes up with a scream. He's like, ah! I'm awake. I was standing guard the whole time, I swear.
It's not in your job posting, Niall. It's fine.
Oh, good. I was sleeping.
I know.
I know. I saw.
Time to get out of
Okay.
bed so we can go have a meeting, and then I can go to bed.
Okay,
Who in the dorm
understood.
snores?
Niall, for sure.
Callio
you-
snores for sure.
You tried to hop into his dream, and there's nothing going on because he hasn't hit that stage of sleep.
Just wasn't even worth
Nope.
the time.
No. Somehow the snoring got louder when you were in his dream.
Inside his brain is just a clash of white noise.
Yeah, just rattling.
He just dreams he's standing in the middle of a waterfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Niall also kind of chop chop, let's get going.
Raina takes an instinctive stance in front of Ella as we walk and head to this meeting.
Raina, I have a question for you and your...
Uh-oh.
When you go to sleep, do you leave, how do you normally wear your hair, I guess is how I'll ask it. Up or down as a child?
As a kid, her hair, I imagine her hair as a kid is longer, so probably in a little pigtail braid, so it would be down but get together, if that makes sense.
Yes. So you go to kind of tuck it behind your ears.
Yeah,
And
go
you
and start to do the braiding.
You feel like a... I'm just reading the description because I remember there being... Your ears feel a little pointier than they were and a little bit of a different texture than before.
She wears her hair down and doesn't say anything.
Okay.
Sheer panic, like, oh, and like checks the bed for bed bugs.
There
Is the next step.
there's no bed bugs.
Oh boy.
However, you do find like a large cat's claw. Like too big to be a house cat, but kind of matches up with the lynx you saw in your dream size-wise.
She pockets it. I think she will pick it up and just turn it over in her hand a little bit.
It feels comforting.
Yeah. And just tucks it in a pocket for now and will tie it up into a necklace or a bracelet of some sort when she has the materials.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
You guys
She's
follow.
kind of looking for her little lynx friend.
Other than that claw, there's not much evidence that she was even here.
Okay. Cool.
As Osirion and Niall kind of rush you out, you guys will leave the cabin and you do not go to the mess hall. You actually go to Osirion's study. You see the three other teachers waiting outside the door, and they all kind of clock that there's a sudden extra that was not here yesterday, and they look at Osirion, and I guess they kind of like wait for you to either say something or like open the door to let everybody in, type of thing.
Nope, this can happen here. Everyone, meet our newest addition, Ella. She will be staying with us for a while, I think.
The large man who you would know is the half-blooded descendant of a grizzly bear spirit, looks at her and looks at the agility teacher and says, "What languages do you speak?" Osirion. Oh, actually, I can just look at your sheet. Never mind. In Draconic, he says, "Is she like the two of us, or is she like you two?"
I think the two of you?
Is she a bear spirit, or is she just a spirit like us? You would also know that the agility teacher is like more like a rabbit spirit, probably.
Right.
And when you say she's a dreamer, there's a look of both fear and awe crosses both of their faces. As I mean, there's only two other dreamers that have ever been recorded, or, as far as I know, seen. And they look in unison at Ella. And
She doesn't know what they're saying, but she's staring back at them.
In common, they say,
Oh.
She's very tiny.
in common, they both look down at you and say, "Don't worry, we will make sure your guardian can protect you."
She gives that approving bow. I would be very appreciative of that. Thank you.
And they will both look at Osirion, kind of like for permission to handle this differently than they would a regular group. Like, you've had another spirit before not a dreamer, but another spirit be found, kind of more like a dryad type thing be found. And they handled the training for that spirit and their guardian in a different way than they do regular kids. And so they kind of look at you for approval to take things that seriously with this group.
Yeah, just like silent nod.
And things were pretty lax in general, but you notice that the teachers get much more military and rigid now that as soon as they receive that small nod. You feel the tone of the situation for yourselves has just changed. This is no longer kids being trained to be protectors of their little town. This is kids being trained to protect something of incredible value. And this is going to be a bit of a time skip of like a year or so. And in that year, like your parents and stuff are contacted that you will not be going. Kind of explained, but very vaguely, like things have changed and you clearly need more direction and training. However, there will not be an additional cost. And so in this year, you watch as the other groups are given much more leniency, much more. They have a lot more fun. Frankly, they have a lot more fun than you guys have. And every single day you become more and more grateful for how comfortable these beds and this cabin is. Because while your day is grueling, like statistically, you go to bed with like 3 levels of exhaustion and wake up with none.
Oof.
Damn.
You are being trained to the bone.
Can we pack these and take these with us?
So, and you see Osirion less than usual. He spends a lot more time in his office researching. At least that's what he tells you every time you see him. He's like, "Oh, I've been researching. It's gonna like I'm figuring some things out." And the teachers are just borderline cruel during lessons, but during time that they're with you that is not for lessons, they treat you with like an uncomfortable level of respect. Like if an adult was treating their child as if they were ruling the country type of respect. Like it's weird. But during this year, you are informed that like if she is found and you cannot protect her, they will kill her and they will harvest her body and her spirit for magical power. Like it is drilled into your head how important keeping her safe is. And Niall is also like along with you for all of this. Like Niall is going through all these. He's been here for 6 years and is now in year 7 getting just shit kicked every single day. And he's just like, why the fuck were they put in my cabin?
Yeah, poor guy. We ruined his drive. Oh no.
Out of character, I feel terrible for all of you. Ella's like, yeah, this is normal.
And it's also just like Ella is participating in this training. Like it is, every single one of you is getting this absolute shitty deal. And then you get home from these training regiments and you get the most decadent food you've ever tasted, the best beds you've ever slept in. And every night you come home, it's somehow better. It's somehow better than the night before. And so this year goes by. And on day 364, roughly, Osirion, you figure it out. You figure out a perfect charm that'll allow her glamour to work perfectly within the walls, just in case. And then shortly after that is when you guys are given a kind of a recon mission. So hopefully this works visually.
I thought you were going to say hopefully this succeeds because we've been doing it so long.
You guys, Osirion leads you out. It's clear that he's been given this mission from someone, and this is kind of like a stepping stone for you guys to see if they can move forward with more difficult and more like situational based training. It's important. Like you feel a heaviness for this to succeed. And in the distance, hopefully this one isn't all messed up with the weird lighting problem. I hope you guys can all see this. So there's a little inn with probably 2 buildings, one clearly for housing horses, and then the other building is clearly where they keep stock. Dried foods, all that kind of stuff. Anything that can be preserved, that's where it's kept. And then also there's like a little pen for pigs, whatever. And Osirion, you know that while this seems like a normal little inn, you know you've been informed that like there's something going on in here. And you've been requested. So there's people like you answer to, obviously, that are invested now in making sure Ella, stays safe and that you are able to continue training. And this inn, there's someone here that is trying to ruin your ability to help other villages. They want it so that they supply the help for the villages and make money off of it, whereas you're kind of doing it because it's the right thing. So, you guys see this in the distance, and Osirion. Oh my god, I say it different every single time.
I think you said it right that time.
Nice.
Osirion is on the money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You has seen kind of where their skills are, and you felt comfortable that like they at the very least wouldn't get caught helping you with this, and that you would be able to assess their real world skills. We'll have to pick this up another time, actually, looking at the time. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Tales of Tendra. See you next time.
Hello one, hello all. It's Quinton Foote here, Dungeon Master to a very unique live-action fantasy adventure podcast known as The Fables of Latour. Join us every Monday as we explore a completely original world filled with new races, monsters, and magics, all based around the fantasy novel series The Mighty Vendavar. Since we specialize in long-format storytelling and our entire cast are professional actors and artists, you can excitedly tune in weekly to experience the next chapter of our harrowing saga. We can't wait to meet you in the wilds of Latour.
Don't forget to rate and subscribe. It helps us out a lot. Thank you.